it's Jessii Vee, and I'm here once again with my sister, Mandy Vee.
Hi!
So we love making videos together, and I feel like it's so far in between each time that we film. To remedy that, and because you guys love when we do videos together, we have an announcement. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. We're doing a podcast together! Woo!
Yes!
We're so excited. Probably by this summer. We don't have any date for sure that it's coming out yet, but the thing is we don't have a name. We need to come up with a segment name. So if you guys can think of some ideas that would just really suit us, you guys know us so well, comment down below some names for our podcast.
We talk about anything and everything.
Yes.
We go on tangents.
You know how we are.
Yeah, you know how we are, so it's what would be the perfect name?
Yeah, all encompassing. It's gonna be creepy, of course, but we're also gonna do just lifestyle stuff, stories from growing up, everything.
Talk about books.
We can talk about books. We love books. So literally everything. So comment some ideas down below. We'll look it over and we'll let you know when we know.
Be excited!
We're so excited! So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the strangest Victorian deaths. So people back then had some very weird death certificates sometimes, and so we're gonna talk about the weirdest ones right now. Okay, the first one is called Killed by a Mouse.
Okay.
In 1875, a mouse jumped onto a work table in a London factory. A young man stepped forward to seize the rodent, but it ran up his sleeve, up the neck of his shirt, and because his mouth was open, the mouse dashed in. Because he was so surprised, the man swallowed. The mouse began to tear and bite inside the man's throat and chest, and he died soon after.
That's a tragic accident.
What baffles me is that the man swallowed. I understand if the mouse just ran in and you had no time to figure it out, but he had the mouse in his mouth and he's gulp.
Well, maybe it was instinct.
To swallow it?
Yeah, because maybe he was choking on it, so maybe it was just physical instinct to swallow it.
Can you imagine what people around? Because he's in his work.
And how quickly that would have escalated is what I'm saying. That's just a tragic accident.
I could not even imagine having something in me that I could not control what it's doing. I'd be slapping my chest.
Did the mouse survive?
Probably not.
That's what I want to know.
Probably not.
There were no survivors.
Or he just ran out after, just doing my daily business. I mean, I'm not rooting for the mouse, but you never know.
No, you never know.
This next one is called Killed by Eating Her Own Hair.
Sounds like an old wives' tale.
A 30-year-old woman died, and doctors were baffled when they investigated the cause. They discovered a solid lump of human hair weighing 2 pounds in her stomach. When they spoke to her sister about it, she told them that during the last 12 years, she had been in the habit of eating her own hair. Why did the sister not tell somebody about that? She waited until she died.
Also, 2 pounds of hair in your stomach? 2 pounds?
She's a hairdresser, so
just 2 pounds? Feel how light hair is. Is this real?
This is real. These are all real.
This is facts?
These are all death certificates that are real.
That's insane. But I guess in those days, they had long hair.
And over 12 years, right?
12 years.
That's a buildup.
You know, I'm not even surprised because, have you ever watched My Strange Addiction? People do weird
There
things.
probably is an episode for that. Next. Killed as a zombie. A funeral for a man was in full swing when the lid of the coffin opened and the corpse began to climb out. Everyone screamed and ran away to lock their doors. The corpse went around knocking at every house until he was eventually caught and thrown into a marsh where he died again. So obviously these people thought he was a zombie, but this poor man wasn't actually dead because they made those accidents a lot back then. He came out and he's running to the doors probably help me, and they're throw him into the marsh, he's a zombie.
He was probably better off to wait until they put him in the grave because back then they had little bells where if somebody wasn't actually dead, they could ring the bell, because that was something that happened a lot because they weren't as medically advanced.
But that's still risky because what if they all walked away, they went home, they're oh, he was a good man, and then he's ringing the bell in the middle of the night and they can't hear him.
I just feel back in those days people were really
superstitious.
Very, very much so.
So they're that's a zombie, he came
easily
back alive.
Spooked. That is also tragic.
That's a nightmare.
These are all tragic.
I know.
What about his own family? Was his own family
They
totally
ran!
in the marsh?
They ran!
His whole family's no, it's done.
They locked their doors. They're he died.
We're already renovating his room. Get rid of him.
Okay, this next one is called Torn to Pieces by Cats.
Ooh.
In 1870, there was this rich woman that wanted to breed and buy as many cats as she possibly could. She had hundreds. One day, disaster struck and a fire broke out in her house. The cats were trapped behind a door and 2 maids were sent to free them. Because they were so scared and riled up, the instant the door was open, they flew at the young women, tearing, scratching, and biting them until they died from their injuries.
I believe it. I believe it.
There's like such thing as having too many things, and especially when it comes to living creatures, because then it becomes like a zoo scenario, right? Like they're all trapped in a house. There's too many. They can't live properly. So I feel bad for these cats, and I'm rooting for them. I'm sorry. I'm rooting for them.
I think in any scenario where an animal is trapped and
They're
is
scared.
facing death, they have no choice.
Yeah.
They will do whatever they need to do.
And especially like the cats aren't gonna know that the fire was an accident. They might think that this woman like put them in the room and just like it's getting really hot all of a sudden.
They didn't know that the fire was an accident.
They don't understand. This next one is called Laughed Himself to Death. In 1893, a man was joking with his friends when he was seized by fits of uncontrollable laughter, and he couldn't stop. He laughed for nearly an hour, and then he began hiccuping. 2 hours later, he died from exhaustion. I've heard of this happening,
It's just
actually.
like unlocked a fear. That gives me like Joker vibes.
Yeah.
You ever seen like the new Joker where he like
Yeah.
has fits of laughing? It's like you can't control it. It just happens. Like a hiccup.
I had hiccups all day 2 days ago, and they wouldn't stop.
What are hiccups? Make it make sense. Why do we hiccup?
Isn't it like a muscle spasm?
What is it for? Like sneezing is obnoxious, but you know why you sneeze. Like your body is like trying to get rid of something, and like coughing, same thing, but like hiccups or like when somebody tickles you, I straight up like you laugh, but like I feel like that's like a torture method.
Yeah. Like you don't think it's funny, but you're laughing because it's like a reaction.
Yeah, and it's like you're like you need it to stop. Like you need it to stop. No one's like tickle me, tickle me. You know what I mean? Like if someone's tickling you, it's like an attack.
It's only fun for one person, and it's the one doing
like,
the tickling.
And if it goes on for a long time and you're laughing so much, it's like painful.
It's a little psychotic, the person doing the tickling and not stopping. You gotta have issues because you know what it feels like.
I will literally scream. Like if Luca tries to tickle me, I'm like, stop, stop! Like in between laughter, I'm like screaming.
Yeah.
And then he stops.
This next one is called Dancing to Her Death. In 1879, the family of a woman named Marion thought she died, so they gave her a funeral, and as they were gathered around her coffin, she suddenly sat up and said hello to everyone, and then said, "I'm not dead yet, but I will die soon." She then climbed out and began dancing and singing around the room. Her family watched her in disbelief, and then she died that evening.
I think that's beautiful. She was like, I'm not done yet. I have a bit of energy. What I'm gonna do with that energy is dance around the room and surprise everyone.
Okay, but they thought she was dead. Like
She
they weren't waiting.
She wanted to have one last surprise, one last show. Listen, I'm a theater person. I can respect somebody.
One more time! Encore!
Like one final show. I mean, it sounds like something like a Tim Burton movie. You can't like picture that being like a Tim Burton movie.
I can picture
It's like
that,
somebody
but
dancing around the room to like creepy piano music and then going back in the coffin and
yeah, but this wasn't a movie. Like this really happened. Like I feel like that would be really scary. That's terrifying. Especially if she looked sickly and like not well. They thought she was dead. She must have looked awful.
I think I would have wanted to like witness that.
If it was me and you thought I died and I got up and I was like, and
you did it.
and I'm like going around and then I collapse, wouldn't you be like, why was that necessary? I don't know. If I come back as a ghost, I'm just gonna dance around your house.
Please do. I would love that. It's you. You're not scary.
I would never scare you.
That wouldn't scare me. Would you be upset if I died and then you heard me like singing something in like the other room?
It would upset me, but I wouldn't be like scared of you. But I would be like super sad. I'd be like, oh my gosh, she's
wouldn't you
singing.
be like happy for me?
No, I'd be sad, Mandy. No matter what, I would be sad. There's no happiness that would come from that.
Oh. So then I won't. So then I won't.
No,
do
if
that.
you can, do it.
Okay.
Why are we talking about this?
This is what
This is
the
so
tangents
sad.
become.
This is
Yeah,
so
but you're like,
sad.
if you can do it, but then why would I want to make you feel upset?
I'd rather have some of you than none of you.
Oh.
Why are we gonna cry right now?
Yes.
That's so sad.
I don't know. That was a cool story.
Oh, the last one is the man who swallowed a billiard ball.
That would get stuck.
It did.
It did. That would get stuck.
It did. It did. In 1893, a man was enjoying a night out with his friends when he made a bet with them that he could put a billiard ball in his mouth and close his lips around it. Well, he did, and immediately began to choke. I just imagine his lips going all the way around.
And then
Oh! What did you expect? Hold on, it's not done yet.
Seriously. And like all of his friends around him, like
they're all like waiting. And his lips go around.
Like what a stupid idea. What a bad idea. And also I want to know, had he done it previously? Has it been successful in the past? Or is this the first time?
Definitely not. So this is what happened next. So he immediately began to choke. As if that wasn't expected. Like, what else is gonna happen?
Immediately.
There was like no pause. You're just like,
was it worth it?
Okay. So he immediately began to choke. Why can't we get through this? When we have a podcast, we're just gonna be laughing the whole time.
And then what happened?
Okay, after that, I'm not gonna say it again. His friends tried to remove the ball, even holding him upside down and slapping him on the back, but nothing worked and then he died.
That's horrible.
I couldn't even imagine the panic in that moment that man went through. He was also really
I feel
stupid.
like holding somebody upside down is not gonna do anything. Like if it were you, not only would I be banging on your chest, but I'd be banging on your chest too. Did I say chest twice?
I would... Maybe I would be reaching into your mouth.
Yeah.
And like no matter what.
Like literally.
I don't even care how much it hurts. My hand would be down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No questions asked. You know when someone's dying in lifeguarding course, you have to ask them if you can help them?
Yes.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, you have to ask for consent.
If you have a small wound, I get that. But if you have a billiard ball in your mouth, I wouldn't be like, excuse me, can I help you?
That's interesting that you said that because I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
If someone is literally choking, you have to ask for consent.
Legally, you have to be like, can I help you?
And like in that moment, how are you even like corresponding?
And if they don't say anything, you're okay. Sorry about that. I'll go away.
So that's the end?
Yeah, so that's it. So I hope you enjoyed our crazy video here. Don't forget to comment some podcast name ideas down below. And that's about it. Anyways, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!
Bye!
Hey guys, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I launched my world this week. It's been so awesome seeing all of your amazing responses to it. I took some clips of people wearing their Coraline eyes and their Coraline sweaters. You guys looked so good. I was so excited to see all of you wearing those exclusive wearables. And I am so excited to get more people into the world. We're slowly going to be rolling it out to more and more. So make sure you're signed up to the waitlist. I've put the link down below in the description, and I will see you in the world very, very soon.